And welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be going over gradients, and there are three types of gradients that are used in Illustrator. We have our linear, radial, and the freeform gradients. And a gradient is just a graduated blend of two or more colors, and it always includes a starting color and a ending color. So first we have our linear gradient, which is a one color blend with another color along a straight line, as you can see here. We have a color here and another color here. And the radial gradient is a beginning color that radiates outward from the center point of a ending colors. Then you have your freeform gradient, and that's just a graduated blend of color stops within a shape that can be in order or in a random sequence. As you can see here, we have the blue here, the green, the white in the middle, and the red here at the end. So within that practice file, let's go ahead and get that open if you haven't already, and we're going to go ahead and add a gradient to this shape right here. So we're going to apply a linear gradient to this fill. So I'll go ahead and click on that and double click on it so we can enter isolation mode, and then we're going to go to our properties panel under appearance next to the fill box here and open up our swatches, and we're going to click on the default gradient, which is the white and black here. Click on that to add the gradient to this shape here. From here we're going to click on the gradient options. Then we're going to click on the fill. Next, we're going to double click on the color stop, the black one. Next, we're going to add a yellow color here. So we're going to go to the swatches and click on yellow. Any yellow color will do, here or here, either one. Click on this one. As you can see, it added the yellow here and it kept the white here. So you have white from left to right or right to left depending on how you're looking at it. Now what we're going to do is add this gradient to our swatches. So we're just going to go ahead and go down here to the plus sign to add a swatch, and you can rename this if you want. I'm going to put yellow gradient, and then we hit OK. Now that we have our gradient saved, we're going to go back and look at it. So we're going to go ahead and click on the box next to fill, and then we're going to click on show swatches con menu, and then we're going to click on gradient swatches. And here it will show us all the gradients that we have saved so far, or the ones that are already pre-made for us. And you can click on any one of these: sky blue, gold dust, and of course the default one, the black and white. And you can just do whatever you want with them. You can change the color here, change the opacity, you can also change the location, and you can also change the type. But again, let's stay here at the linear gradient. So we're going to go back to the yellow gradient that we created earlier. From here, we're going to change the degree of the gradient and also the position. So right here, we're going to click on the drop down button here on the degree symbol, and we're going to change it to 90. As you can see, it changed the position of the gradient, and also we're going to click on the white color stop here, and we're going to move the slider to the right. Now, as you can see, it moves the white color up further on the shape. So we're going to do about halfway. Let's get there. You can also play around with this and move the slider. You can also play around with the gradient angle, degree angle, and also the slider color stops to your liking with any other color that you like. But we're going to keep it here for now. From here, what we're going to do is click on this heel here, and we're going to make sure we double click on it to get in isolation mode. And what we're going to do is add some color stops to this for our gradient. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, as you can see, when I just click on the gradient slider, it automatically changes it to the default black and white. So what we're going to do is go ahead and change these colors. We're going to click on the first color stop, which is the white one, and then we're going to go back over here to the fill box and click on the swatches, and then we're going to add a color. I'm going to tell you the color code here, and it's going to be a green. So the first one is going to be 3EA261, and we're going to have the location set at 0. Next, we're going to add another color stop. We're going to add it right here in the middle of the slider, and as you can see, it does have a plus sign, so let's go ahead and click there to add it. And then we're going to go back up here to fill again, and then we're going to go to the color code, and we're going to add this color here, 0FA71, and we're going to click on enter, and we're going to do the location about 50%, and then the last color stop, we're going to click on that one and go back to the fill, click on a swatch as well, and we're going to enter a color code here, and the code is 2B1351, and we can click on enter here, and we're going to set this location at, instead of 100% here, so we're going to set it at 90 91%. Now from here, we're going to click on the gradient tool, which is right here. And as you can see, the gradient tool allows us to see a gradient line here with all the color stops. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the direction of the gradient. We can always go over here and change it to the greenest possible. We're going to do it manually. So as you can see this slider here, and you can just take your mouse and move it in the direction you want to change the gradient. As you can see, it is changing it for us in the direction that we want. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Okay, from here we're going to apply a linear gradient to a stroke. So what we're going to do is go ahead and save the gradient here on the hill. I'm just going to click on it, enter in some isolation mode, select the hill. Make sure we have the gradient tool selected as well. Make sure we have the fill box selected. And we're going to go ahead and save this gradient. Go to the fill appearance in the properties panel, click on that. And then we're going to go to the swatches and click on the new swatch, and we're going to save this as green gradient or whatever you want to name it. And click on OK. Okay, we're going to exit out of isolation mode. You can double click anywhere or hit escape on your keyboard. Next, we're going to go to the little man on a bicycle. We're going to zoom in here by doing the control plus sign on our keyboard. Now we're going to click on the stroke on the wheel of the bicycle. We'll double click here and make sure you have this selected. We're going to increase the stroke on this path here. So we'll go to stroke and we're going to increase it to 10 so we can see the gradient. And now we're going to go ahead and add the gradient. Now if the gradient is not listed down here for you on a toolbar menu, you can just go to appearance and then click on the stroke and then add it that way. But it's here for us, so let's go ahead and click here and let's make sure that we exit the fill to none.